how to create a mosaic effect like this in Affinity Photo. It's really easy and you can use any kind of shape to start with. So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to use the rectangle tool. You can fill it with anything, doesn't matter because I'm going to fill it with a gradient next. So click fill and you can go here and select any of these gradients, whole range of them available. Go over here to the gradient tool and you can then manipulate this gradient. Well, this is the start point for the colours for your effect. So go up here, select, and selection from layer needs to be selected. It will convert also into a pixel layer, but you can do that beforehand if you want. So selection from layer, so you've got that selection there. You can also go to layer and rasterize, though it should immediately do it when you apply the effect. But rasterize, you can see it's a pixel layer. Then go to filters, and then down to colours and Voronoi. Select that. And then you get that. And you can change the cell size. So you might want to go about there. You can change the line width. But I'm just going to go for fairly thick so you can really see the chunkiness of the mosaic. So you can see the black there. I don't want that. So click apply. Then select and deselect. And then you can move it around, do various things. But also what you can do is you can go over here and just use this, the flood select tool. So select that. I've got tolerance here, it's set to 0, current layer and contiguous. And then click here at the black. So just click there and you can see it's now selected. Go to the keyboard and just press the delete key. And it's gone. Now there will be a slight bit of left over. Now you could of course maybe use a bit of feathering, you could tweak it, change it. But I think that's fine because I'm going to apply some additional effects to it. What I'm going to do is go over here to layers and got effects here. Just click there and I can go to 3D. So now you can hardly see the black there. It's very subtle. And you can change the radius, so you can push it up to about there. And you can, of course, modify direction, change the profile, so a variety of different designs could be created. And then also you can go here to click there, make certain that's highlighted, and change the radius, offset, and intensity. Now you can see a bit of a line around there. That doesn't matter because I'm going to slightly use a crop or selection to crop it a bit. So I've got that. Now, rasterize it again. Otherwise, when you try and do it in a pattern, you'll notice what happens. Suddenly this effect disappears. Not very helpful. So go to layer and then rasterize. And then preserve, just turn that off. And then rasterize. So it's all in parts of the same pixel layer now. Well, this is selected. But I don't want to actually just go up here and just say layer, new pattern layer from selection, because you see what happens. You get this gap, which you may be happy with. Don't want that. So what you want to do, which I normally do, is just go here, rectangular marquee tool, or you could use another selection. It doesn't have to be that. And I select just slightly inside, say that part. Just there, selected. And with that, what I can now do is a layer, new pattern layer from selection, exactly the same as before. But this time you can see it's actually, there's still obviously you can see a imperfection there. You can get rid of that as well. Pattern layer selected, go to the move tool. With the move tool selected, you can see now it's selected there. You can go up here and select mirror. And now you can resize it. You move it around and also you can, if you want to keep it, of course, you can keep this. Now you could, of course, duplicate it earlier, maybe kept a backup of the design. All those sort of things were available, but I'm just going to remove it. I don't need it anymore. So now I can resize, rotate, and of course I can hold down the Alt or Option key and I can duplicate that design. So you can see you can create multiple designs, maybe resize it, create all kinds of variation there. But also another option with this done, apply some effects. So go to filters, go to distort and maybe deform. Just add some pins and then simply just drag and distort. And you can obviously make sure if you drag it outwards like that, you avoid ending up with any gaps. So you can get something like that and click apply. Or maybe go to filters, distort and mirror. So select that. And then with mirrors, number of mirrors, you can see, then you just change that and you can create a variety of different designs for your mosaic and also change input as well. So you can see you can move that around, create different designs that way and click apply. But also what you can do, you've got this design, maybe you want to resize it, you think, you know what, I want that maybe as a background. I can simply file, and I can file and export. So I can save it to another application, or maybe for use later. Or maybe go to Window and Assets and save this pattern. So you can just simply go over here and add from selection. That will add that pattern design, which you can then use in a later project, maybe as an overlay or something else. But also what you can do, let's just remove that, close that, and you can always go to Layer and Rasterize, and that will change the pattern layer. It's no longer a pattern layer, so you can't resize it in the same way. But Rasterize, now you've got that, you can then manipulate this layer. Simply go to Filters, Distort, maybe Deform, exactly the same as before, and just simply add some pins. Maybe use brush strokes. You use obviously the paintbrush tool. Maybe gradients, create selections. All kinds of different things can be used from this. You could actually use this as a selection. Just select, obviously just go Select and Selection Layer Intensity, and just use it as a selection instead. And click Apply. So you've got that. Filters, Repeat Deform, and you can see you can create a variety of different designs very quickly using this approach. But also, exactly the same as before, Filters, Distort, and maybe go for Mirror or Mesh Warp, so you could distort it. So Mirror, and you can see now it's obviously number of mirrors is set to 1, but if I set it to 2 or 3, 4, and then you can manipulate that and click Apply. The result will be different from the previous one. But also filters and blur and other effects as well. Maybe you might want to recolor it. Might not be happy with the blues. All you need to do, go to Layer and New Adjustment Layer, and you can go down here, maybe just go for, down here, New Adjustment Layer again. Let's just go down, recolor. So you just recolor it so it all becomes one solid color, red in this case, or maybe green or blue, purple, and so on. So you've got that effect. And close. Or undo, maybe go for black and white adjustment. Or go to Layer, New Light Filter, and use, say, Distort and Displace. And then you can use this and click here, change the strength, load from layers beneath. Now, obviously, in this case, there are no layers, but you could create something below and modify it. Or maybe duplicate this layer. That's always a good one as well. So let's just undo. With that, let's just go Window and Layers, just to make certain I haven't got that. Yeah, just let's remove that one. Don't want that there. You can simply right click and duplicate. So it duplicated. Now go to Filters, or go over here, Layer I should say, New Light Filter Layer, Distort and Displace. That's a live effect, so you can actually change it at any point. But this time it has got a layer below itself. So click there, and you can see then you can modify it, and that will have an effect like that to create a very interesting, unusual sort of mosaic kind of effect in Affinity Photo, and close that. So a variety of different designs can be created very quickly, and that effect is applied just to that layer. So if you don't want it, simply just delete it and you're back to that design like that. And of course that can be manipulated even more in many ways. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Also, a like or dislike, always appreciated. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Always adding new tutorials about Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Affinity Publisher, as well as Photoshop and many other applications as well. Bye.